A pleasant morning to everyone. Thank you for joining me again on this channel. To God be the glory, great things He hath done. And we are still in the period of Lent, and we celebrate Christ's death, burial, and resurrection in this Lenten period. But I want to bring a word to you this morning that the Lord poured into my spirit. I was going through a rough time, still going through a rough time. The enemy has been attacking me from about 2 weeks now, severely, and I've been very weary in my spirit from these attacks, and it prevented me from doing what like my normal daily duties, and I said to myself, Lord, I honestly have so much that I need to take care of, but I don't have the strength to accomplish it because I've been going under these massive attacks. And the Lord gave me this word in 2 Kings 6, chapter 17, and it says, And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes, the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountains was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Now what was happening here, Elisha was about to be captured, and a host of army was against Elijah. The mountain was actually full, surrounding them of horses and men of war who came to take Elijah. And Elijah's servant was there with him. He was sore afraid, and when he looked, all he could see was the enemies around him, and he was saying, Master, what are we going to do? We are surrounded by all these enemies. We are going to be taken. But Elisha was at a secure place in God. When Elisha looked around, he saw those who were with him more than those who were with the enemy. He said, Lord, open this young man's eyes so that he can see that around me are chariots and horses and flames of fire surrounding and protecting Elijah. And so when Elisha prayed like this, the young man's eyes were open. The young man could see like Elijah saw. He could see that God's host was with them, which means that those who are with them are more than those who was with the enemy. And I give you that word this morning. When I read this scripture, I started to pray like that. Lord, open my eyes so I can see like you see, that you are God above this situation. Because you know what happened? God went up to a fig tree at one. Jesus went up to a fig tree in a time when there's no fig, and it was not the time of fig, which tells me he's the God of all season. He went and he changed the situation. He changed the order of time. Jesus went out on a boat, and when all the men were sleeping, he was busy walking on the water. He went up to the fig tree and he spoke to the fig tree because the fig tree had no fig to give to him when he needed fig. So looking on the lifestyle of Jesus, what that tells me is that he is God above all situation, above the laws of nature. See, the laws of nature will tell us that when we are sick, we are supposed to lay down in bed until we recover because, you're sick and you want to treat your sickness. But you have stuff to do and you have places to go, and let's say you're the breadwinner of your house, and if you lay there and be sick, your children are going to die for hunger because they're depending on you. Your bills are going to be, your light bill is going, your utility bills are going to be disconnected, and on the list goes. Because, in this country, we have bills like, every 3 to 4 weeks, the bills are just rotating. And so God is saying you have the authority to speak to your situation, and you can see like God see, because what God see in us is that we are more than conquerors through Jesus Christ. Remember the men in the Bible who went to spy out the land? When they looked at the men, they saw giants before them. But what the men of God saw, Joshua and Caleb, they saw that God was on their side, so they can do exploit. We have to see like God sees. So when I prayed, I said, Lord, help me to see like you see. And my situation started to turn around, because I am now seeing that I am more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ, and my situation will not dictate to me and hold me in bondage. So this morning I give you that word. Do not allow your situation to dictate to you, no matter how bad it looks, no matter how bad it is, speak word, speak life to your situation. And say like Elijah, Lord, open his eyes that he will see. I pray you will have a blessed and a productive day as you see like God see for your life in Jesus' name.